third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit. get you ready for the shock of playoff football.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Slide for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Here's Prescott. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling it for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Stafford. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Cowboys at 10-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
From the start, we've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching.
Boots this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's a Los Angeles offense. Next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Stafford. This is intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The LA offense ready for this next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. To throw is Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. He'll look to set up his blockers. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out now come the Cowboys. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw to the defense. They had no answer for that right there.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Stafford. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Robinson's got him. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Stafford. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, he'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Stafford. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is successful. First and 10, Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Stafford now to throw. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Rams 27, Cowboys 14.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Final play of the half. Prescott going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Trevor Lawrence, strong in the victory, as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Lamar Jackson, outstanding. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know Charles.
Greetings to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here. Looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's tackled a yard short. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First down, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Harris running straight ahead. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Down to about the 32.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott keeping it himself from a yard out, and the Cowboys are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp. Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 36, Stafford. Akers back-to-back catches. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. From the 41, Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Jordan Fuller there to take him down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So 3rd down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. To throw is Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Boy, hard Hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback there for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
To the air again, Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But
a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Cowboys have recovered. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't it?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Dak's going to keep it. And he is going to lose yardage here. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On the give, this is Harris. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards remain on second down. Here's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Stafford to Cup there for a Rams first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and then alive on 3rd and inches. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The momentum they were building. Good opportunity for
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 117 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are right back in this football game. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? It usually opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Steps away. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked up. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. A good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Harris. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Rams are right back in this football game. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup. And he's going to have another 1st down made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Prescott's throw there, caught by Gallup. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They run with Harris. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run again with Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.
So for Dallas, they continue to keep pace for that 1st-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for L.A., you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.